It's live,
Live
in the D with Mr.
BB.
BB.
It's Live in the D with Mr.BB every Thursday at 9 a.m. right here on WVI 107.3 Radio We Can See.
SOS Graphic Design provides agency-quality professional graphic design services from established companies to startups and individuals, creating a simple logo to complete rebranding and delivering visual communication with print media. Everything SOS Graphic Design does has a single unifying objective: to set your business apart. We are at your service. Call 313-342-2166. That's 313-342-2166 or online at www.sosgraphicdesigns.com.
All right. We are back, and our guest is here. Our guest has arrived again. None other than the CEO of SOS Graphics, Miss Charlene Muhammad. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm wonderful. And yourself?
I'm good. So tell us, So tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us how you came up with SOS and what SOS is.
SOS. We came up with SOS about 20 years ago, and what we are, we're a collaborative design studio that provides design and strategic branding services to a variety of clients, encompassing corporate, nonprofit, small businesses, ministries, and academic organizations. We were established to serve a specialty resource for companies who were desired to have a clear and fresh, innovative approach to their communication. We started off the platform. I was laid off work on maternity leave, and we used to go to a lot of business functions. My husband, he was looking to do IT and things. He was doing jobs on the side. So we would go to a lot of business functions, and I would see different businesses there, and they didn't have collaborative marketing material.
I see.
So what I did was I went home and I started doing some of their designs on computers, their business cards and flyers, and I would call them and say, hey, I've designed you a logo or a flyer or some promotional material, come pick it up.
Okay.
And some people were resistant to it. I did it for free when I first started it because I believed that our community needed that equality in delivering a clear and concise message for their business.
Absolutely.
And then one time a client came, he said, I want to pay you for this. So that's how SOS Graphics Design got started.
Okay, so that's how it got started. And tell us when you say you're on maternity leave, around, or if I'm not dating so too much, when was this? When did you officially
I'm
open?
dating myself. I was working for Michigan National Bank, so that's kind of the date of the last corporation I worked for, and that was 23 years ago.
Okay, so back in the 70s, 80s.
Back in the 90s. It was the 90s, 1994 to be exact.
Oh, okay. I was born in 1994.
Yes.
Okay. So, tell us, what does SOS stand for?
SOS, it originally stood for Shabazz Office Service, but what happens was when we started to branch out and get more business and corporate and go after different certifications, the ethnicity of the name kind of stifled us. So what we did was we just took the Shabazz Office Service and then just used the acronyms of SOS. And then since we offer graphics and design services, it became SOS Graphics and Design. And it's been there since like that for about the last 15 years.
Okay. And what is what's your favorite thing about graphic design?
I think as far as the graphic design, my favorite thing is getting to know my client, sitting and talking to my client, trying to get their vision, pulling things out of them that they didn't know and help them come up with the creative process so that they can go ahead and move forward into beginning to marketing and promoting their business. And then that final product where they have clear and concise visual communication to go ahead and give them that first impression for their business.
All right. And so when the clear and concise, do the clients, when they come to you, do they always have that clear vision that they're looking for, or do you like have to give them some kind of consulting and ordinance more so, or are they just always, I want this, and that?
My clients know their business, so what we try to do, we try to take their business, the trends that's going on with their business in the industry and their ideals, and make sure that they're having a clear clear platform for the message that they wanted to deliver to the genre or demographic that they want to deliver. Clients, sometimes they know what they want, or they have an idea what they want, but we have to make sure that it's going to work in the marketplace, because we could want something and do something, but if it's not going to get that end result and generate those dollars, it may not be the best direction to go. So we take some of those things and blend them together. We always try to, for example, if we're doing a logo, to blend a few concepts together and present it to the client so it gives them something to start working with.
I see. So speaking of blending the clients, what are some of the more memorable projects, if you could think of any, that you have worked on?
One project I worked on in particular, since it was a third-party project, I worked on something that they were doing a set for. It was going to be displayed at Kobo. So when I walked in, and it was a large black business function, they have over 500 businesses in there, and I saw my work displayed for one of the sets or the backdrops that the company was using to promote their company. So that was one memorable project. And then another memorable project was, an attorney. He's still on the air now. We see him all the time. I submitted a proposal to him, and he said, "Charlene, I need you to go back, and I need you to redo this proposal." And I'm thinking, oh, I was a little too high. He said, "I need you to make it X amount of times more and bring it back to me, because you're insulting me with the quality of work that you deliver with this price." So that was very memorable for SOS Graphics and Design.
Okay. And we're going to take a quick commercial music break, and we'll be right back.
Okay.
All right.
It's live in the D with Mr.BB.
It's Live in the D with Mr.BB every Thursday at 9 a.m. right here on WVI 107.3 Radio We Can See.
SOS Graphic Design provides agency-quality professional graphic design services from established companies to startups and individuals, creating a simple logo to complete rebranding and delivering visual communication with print media. Everything SOS Graphic Design does has a single unifying objective: to set your business apart. We are at your service. Call 313-342-2166. That's 313-342-2166, or online at www.sosgraphicdesigns.com.
All right, we are back again. And before we took our music and commercial break, Ms. Muhammad, who is still with us, was just talking about some of her favorite and most memorable projects doing for graphic design. So can you just continue telling us about that? What was another one of your favorite or more memorable projects, if you have any more?
Well, as far as the most memorable project was how I got started in graphic design. I went to school for business administration, but while I was at school, my now sister-in-law, she was working with the Sickle Cell Association, and she asked me to start putting together flyers and things like that. They used to do a lot of bowling and fundraisers, and we were in Indiana, so there was a very dense population of people with sickle cell there, so they were really trying to raise funds and generate awareness, and this was in the early 90s. So it wasn't a lot of funding and awareness, as much funding and awareness as it is now in the early 90s for sickle cell. So ironically, we started doing that, and that kind of got us into the beginning of the graphics before we turned it into a business about 4 to 5 years later.
Okay, so that's how you got it started completely, with your sister-in-law being, you two working together, marketing together, and is that how the SOS graphic design actually came about?
Well, that's when I first got my love for design.
Okay.
The business didn't start until I went to school for business administration. I was working for a corporation, and then I was on maternity leave, and the business got started after that. I just decided not to go back into corporate America.
Got you. I understand. So can you give us more information on that? The entire history of what made you get into graphic design, period, and the history of the business as you've seen it grow over the past 20 years.
The business has really changed over the past 20 years. When I first started, we were doing a lot of print.
Okay.
Everything was print: business cards, flyers, brochures, pamphlets, you name it, we put it into print. The trend started to change when the internet started to take place and people started to market over the internet. Now we still do the same designs and offer the same communication and visual pieces, they're just for the internet now. So that kind of changed the shift in ways that money was distributed through graphics and printing. Now is a lot of graphic design, because you still need those creative ideals, those visual communications, that eye-catching design, those slogans, words, the marketing pieces, so that people will know that you exist, that you're a viable company. So that's how kind of it changed over the years. And even the way we do things, when I started, you know, there were not a lot of programs out that were affordable for graphic design. So how you flip words and things like that, I literally turned paper around, you know, and put it back through to make the words go upside down in a laser printer. And there's a lot of black and white. Now we are into color. And when I started, it was called desktop publishing. Now it's graphic design.
Okay. And what, with the shift of desktop publishing to graphic design, of course, you said a lot has changed from just, you know, paper pamphlets and physical flyers to now everything's on the internet and everybody wants their graphics to be displayed on social medias and whatnot. Where was when it changed from desktop publishing to graphic design and all of these softwares came out, what was the, I guess, was it just the name change and still the same thing, or was it a big drastic change there too?
Well, the drastic change that happened when that shift took place was the software became more affordable, so you have more people into the graphic design. So that way, that kind of spread the money out a little bit, you know, more. You have you graphic design artists everywhere,
right?
And then that opened up by the software being more affordable, it gave people more openness and opening up the creative platform, and they got more innovative with some things that they're doing. They're doing some of the home movies, some of the booklets that you could do at home. You know, you had to go through a publishing house or publisher to do a book. Now you can self-publish a book because you can get someone like myself to design you a cover. You write the words, and hence you can become a self-published author. So when the software change took place, it opened up a lot of independency within the industry.
Okay, I see. So when you talk about, you talked about publishing books and many films, and I think you said one of your favorite, most memorable projects was working with the lawyer. What other, or if any, and then I guess you get a lot of customers of just different backgrounds. So what other, if any, business ventures do you venture in, or have you seen like, wow, could be a good asset to SOS itself?
Well, one thing that we done that was a good asset to SOS, we took, we're graphic design, but we started partnering with other companies. For example, I have a publisher. We done over about 500 book covers. I'm saying we because I just don't work by myself. I have a team of designers that work with me. And what I did was, as I work with her, I'm doing the book covers for the various authors. My son had wrote a essay, and he won an essay contest, and he went through various levels, and he got to the state level, the final level, and then it was more broad, so he won second place in that. But from the essay, we created him a booklet, a book. He wrote a book. He wrote his first book. It's called My Future is Bright Because. And that allowed me to just see where my gift that I was given opened up other opportunities. I think he's up to almost 3,000 books that he's sold from that one particular book. And with that, it opened up other things. Okay, well, if we can publish a book, how can we market a book? So then we got into some marketing and some branding for companies. We do social media marketing. We have several ministries and companies that want to market via social media, where you have an age gap with the social media and people that's like 35, 40 and up that are not really familiar with the internet. So we offer marketing services via social media that way. In addition to, you have to market so much now all the time, every day. When I started, you have to market to somebody 3 times and they remember you. I think now it's up to like 15 times that somebody has to see your name, see your brand to remember you. So we've got into a beacon, which is a device that beacons out your message to every Android phone within a 100-yard radius. It's called a soft sell, without you marketing to them directly. So that opened up other ventures of business for us to get into more marketing type of business for businesses.
Okay, so the small beacons that you say you can reach up to 100
yards. It's 100 yards is a third of a football field.
Okay, and that's for the Android phones, and you